The Edge at 11 starts now.
Well, tonight on The Edge, it's been a rough year for air travel, and that includes this horrific crash landing in Toronto as a Delta flight landed on that icy runway.
You know, that was just terrible. And somehow everyone on that plane, the good news, they survived. But now a local woman is filing suit against Delta for injuries that she got because of that crash. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack joins us live with more. And Jessica, that was just a horrific day, and it could have been so much worse.
Oh, absolutely, Roop and Taryn. It's hard to forget that video, the plane upside down. Inside, 80 passengers literally dangling from their seatbelts upside down. Now, 21 people were hurt in all of that, but everyone did survive. One of those women hurt lives right here in Metro Detroit. Her and her attorney, Michael Morse, say this all could have been prevented.
Hit the right wing, flipped over, flames and gasoline, and the passengers are stuck upside down. Horrific.
Attorney Mike Morse describing a terrifying landing of a Delta commuter plane into Toronto last February.
The co-pilot was flying, and the co-pilot came in too fast, too hot, double the FPMs, feet per minute speed on landing. It was windy. There was 40-mile-an-hour gusts going on, not great weather conditions, and they chose to land.
Morse's client, 66-year-old Vanessa Miles from Metro Detroit, was unconscious, woke up to being covered in jet fuel and flames around her. People ended up crawling out of the plane and jumping on the tarmac. Miles is a Delta flight attendant off duty at the time.
You know, her life is basically destroyed as of right now. I don't think she's ever going to work again.
PTSD, a brain injury, and other medical issues. 20 others on board also injured. Early reports from the Transportation Safety Board of Canada show the plane was descending much too fast.
How many hours did the captain have? How many hours did the co-pilot have? Why was the co-pilot flying this plane in bad conditions?
Other passengers have filed lawsuits against Delta, who offered $30,000 to passengers, no strings attached, in the days following the crash. Attorney Mike Moore says suits like these can help hold these airlines accountable for everyone's sake.
Public should not have to be wondering if their planes are going to land safely.
Now, Delta Airlines did respond, kind of. They did say that they're not commenting because this is pending litigation. And that investigation, that full investigation by officials in Canada, is not completed quite yet. Reporting live in Southfield, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
You know, with these big corporations, when you get an agreement and they agree to pay you a certain amount of money, you kind of say, all right, I'm going to move on here. But they're obviously finding a way to say, wait a minute here, that probably wasn't enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think about this woman, Vanessa Miles, 66 years old. I don't blame her for not wanting to get back up in the air as a flight attendant. So we're talking about lost wages for years to come. And I do know that there's several other people that were on that flight that have also filed suit against the airline.
All right, Jessica Dupnack, we'll be hearing more about this, I'm sure. Thanks for that live report.
Well, Detroit police say a suspect shot a man tonight because he owes him money. It happened on the east side around 5 on Strong Street. Officers say the suspect pulled up in a car, started arguing with the victim, and then shot him. The alleged gunman then sped off but didn't get very far. Police arrested him and another man who was shot in the leg. We are working to get an update on that victim's condition.
Earlier today on the east side, a Detroit family was left grief-stricken after a shooting that left 2 men dead. It happened this morning on Bewick near Mack. Police say 2 guys died after one approached the other and an argument broke out. One man shot the other, killing him. Police say the victim's cousin saw the shooting unfold, then pulled out his own gun and killed the gunman. Police confirm the cousin is a CPL holder.
They are responsible for someone dying, so until they're cleared, they are detained as a suspect.
Anybody else who wants to do violence in this city is not going to be tolerated, and we will be coming after you, and I will use every aspect that I have.
Police Chief Todd Bettison says it appears the second shooting was self-defense. The nature of the argument that led to the shooting is unclear tonight.
A Melvindale cop now facing criminal charges, accused of misconduct on the job again.
And again is the key word here. There's an aggressive pattern apparently over the past few years, but somehow he always ends up back on the force. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin takes it from there.
Troubled Melvindale police officer Lieutenant Matthew Furman now facing misconduct charges in 3 separate cases. The Wayne County Prosecutor's Office says in July 2024, Furman tased a man twice and kicked him after pulling him over for improper plates. April of 2024, prosecutors allege Furman tased a mother in front of her kids after failing to get her out of a car when she refused to show her ID. And in July of 2021, prosecutors say he kicked a handcuffed suspect multiple times after investigators say they fled a traffic stop.
I was surprised that criminal charges were filed. I'm aware of the disciplinary process in Melvindale. They've actually reached out to me, asked me for my opinion on this.
Retired Detroit Police Assistant Chief Steve Dolan says he'll be involved in a disciplinary process with a lot to sort out.
In a criminal case, they wait till the criminal case is done, and if he's found guilty, well, he's going to lose MCOL certification anyway. He'll appeal, and then they will start the disciplinary process, at which point who's ever in charge would write up the charges. They go in front of a board, and it's yea or nay, and you present witnesses, and you're found guilty or not guilty. It goes anywhere from a verbal reprimand to dismissal, which, it's my understanding, he's been dismissed at least once.
And brought back to the job through the arbitration process, despite past complaints.
There used to be an old saying that if you've never been sued, you've never been a cop. Okay. Excessive force is different.
This has been going on for, looks like 3 or 4 years, and I'm curious as to why there hasn't been some action taken in advance.
James Tiganelli is president of the Police Officers Association of Michigan. They don't represent Melvindale, but he says these types of repeat issues only hurt the law enforcement profession.
This is a guy that's been bad for a while, and we're better off being running short-handed than hiring the wrong person.
So how do you nip these kind of things in the bud?
Well, that starts at the local. That starts at the department. I mean, they should challenge it by, disciplining them, firing them, doing those types of things, and then he has a right through the process to appeal that.
The mayor of Melvindale says there is no comment tonight. We did talk with police administration in Melvindale. They say they don't have a comment. They just got word of these charges. The lieutenant is expected to be arraigned tomorrow in court. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Turning to the weather, get ready for a warm weekend.
Oh, yes, we're ready because, summer's only going to be around for so long. Weather Authority Rich Luderman is here with what we can expect.
Yeah, we do have numbers up near 90 degrees in our future for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Notice it's a pretty quiet pattern across the central Great Lakes. Now, we did see a few spotty storms late this afternoon up in the Thumb region. You can see them right there, and then they kind of fizzle out as they moved off to the south and east. Still some ongoing convection, a few storms just to the west of Harrisville, south and west of Alpena right now, but that too is fizzling out. How about some great live shots from Los Angeles Airport? 68 degrees there. Look at all that traffic. Boy, just looking at it gives you a headache, right? How about the numbers today? Daytime highs for a lot of us in the middle 80s. A couple of warm spots. Look at Howe and Lansing, closer to 90 degrees. Officially at Metro Airport, 84, 69 the low. Pretty close to where we should be when you put all the numbers together. There are the records, 147. Nothing like that out there this evening. Pretty comfortable. Humidity is slowly creeping up, and that'll be the case for the next couple of days. 68 in Windsor, 73 in Howe, 70 up there in Lapeer right now. The breeze is from the south and east, but that tends to bring in higher dew points. And sure enough, some of us have dew points in the middle 60s, and that's when you can start to feel the humidity in the atmosphere. 82 Chicago, 81 in Minneapolis, comfortable in Marquette. They're at 75, 74 Fort Wayne, 70 down along the Ohio River in Cincinnati. So there's no big change to the overall pattern over the next 3 or 4 days. Eventually, Monday night, Tuesday of next week, we are going to see a cold front approach from the north and west. Now, Fox Futurecast shows that Saturday, 8 o'clock, there could be some clusters of storms on the other side of the state over Lake Michigan, especially. We'll be watching for that. Our forecast for tonight, very mild, quiet, down to 68. Once again, a stray shower tomorrow afternoon is not out of the question, 86. And then how about that? Near 90 degrees for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday with more humidity. It's next week that brings some storm chances. Remember, always get the latest forecast. It's right there for you on the Fox 2 Weather app. You can download it for free anytime Do it now in the App Store or in Google Play. Roop Taryn, over to you.
All right, good stuff. Thank you. It's been several months since the National Weather Service faced those significant cuts, leaving hundreds of people out of a job.
But now the Weather Service is preparing to bring those positions back. Fox News' Lauren Edwards with the latest.
Surprised it took this long, to be honest with you, with the National Weather Service, because, you know, it's 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, but not surprised that it's happening.
Months ago, the Trump administration nixed hundreds of jobs at NOAA, including the National Weather Service. But Thursday, the NWS announced they're hiring once again, over 400 positions to be exact, they say.
When they went through and just kind of like slash and burned, you know, without thinking about the actual implications of who they were getting rid of, we knew this would come back eventually, where they said, oh no, what have we done?
Nicole Rice says she's grateful to see it, but knew this would happen. She once worked at NOAA's Great Lakes Environmental Research Lab in Ann Arbor and was laid off in February.
I was at a doctor's appointment and I didn't even get in to go to clean my office out that day. I had to go the following week to clean my office. So I had 10 years of work to clean out.
She says it devastated the lab where scientists and technicians research how the lakes interact with the atmosphere. Without proper research at any of the NOAA labs, it can lead to tragedies like the deadly flash floods that happened in early July in Kerr County, Texas. Over 100 people died.
We said that from day one. It's going to take a tragedy, you know, be it a national, you know, weather tragedy, or be some sort of other, you know, worldwide tragedy that is going to take, you know, it's going to awaken people.
Rice believes it may have led to the Trump administration allowing the National Weather Service to hire once again. While she was not offered her job back, she's going to continue to look and get the word out about how important weather services are.
It's been really difficult for folks. I know a couple of folks have gotten jobs in different sectors, doing some different technology work that they've been working on. You know, it's wonderful that they've been able to do that, but many of us are still looking for jobs.
Some of the jobs that NWS is rehiring for are meteorologists and radar technicians. And as for Rice, she says she's going to continue to look for employment, but also she's a city councilwoman and goes around on speaking engagements talking about weather service and weather research and how all of it is beneficial to everyone. Reporting here in Oakland County, Lauren Edwards, On the Edge.
We have some new insight tonight into just how many Detroiters voted in Tuesday's primary.
And city officials say the figures are promising. About 86,000 Detroiters cast a primary ballot. That's about 17% of the city's registered voters. While low, that's 3 percentage points higher than the 2021 primary. Experts are hopeful the slight increase means even better turnout this fall.
Now, it's still an abysmally low number, but something has captured some level of imagination for voters in the city that 3% more people decided having their voice heard in this primary was important. It's a sign that people are engaging at a higher level around local elections in 2025 than they did in 2021.
That's former Detroit City Councilwoman Sheila Cockrell. You hear more of her thoughts on the Detroit primary coming up tomorrow on The Pulse.